Roadfly.com, the internet's best resource for buyers, sellers, and owners like you.
Welcome to our RoadflyTV 2011 Christmas special. I'm Charlie Romero with Emme Hall and Ross Rapoport. I wish our other hosts, Brian Armstead, Elizabeth Kreft, and Shannon McIntosh could have joined us today, but scheduling didn't allow it on such short notice. We wanted to recap our favorite cars for 2011.
So one of my, well actually my favorite car, price not mattering, if that's a word, would be the Tesla Roadster. Now I tested the 2010 Tesla Roadster 2.5 Sport, and I absolutely loved it. Here's why. I loved it because it was electric. I loved it because it was fast. I loved it because it got attention. I mean, driving that car around town wrapped in the American flag was just amazing.
I have to go with the BMW M3. The MDCT dual clutch transmission was absolutely out of this world. 7 speeds, performance was just out of this world. The sound, the high revving character of the engine, doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, I mean the M3 is a great car. You get a lot of luxury. I'm sort of on the flip side of that. I had to go for the Boss Mustang. I absolutely loved it. It's one of the few cars that I wish I could have gotten back for another week. The car had absolutely every bit of fun that I want in a car. It was fast, it was sporty, it was sounded awesome, and it got a ton of looks. I don't care if it was $43,000 and maybe my next favorite car was the A7 for another 30 grand. Right. If you told me I can go buy any car I want, you gave me $100,000,
you'd still buy the
car that I would buy would have been the Boss Mustang,
okay,
because it was pure raw fun. I am absolutely a Porsche guy. You guys know that. I'm a BMW guy. But those engineers engineer all the fun out of those cars for the most part. And the morning when the Mustang got here and I took it around the corner, I dropped the clutch, dropped it into second, made a hard left, and the tail just so elegantly and slowly came around and pointed straight. I nailed the throttle and was going again, just the way cars used to drive 20 and 30 years ago when you pushed them. I loved it. It was absolutely, I can't wait to get it back.
When I picked it up, it was raining, and I thought, this is going to be terrible. This car's going to be all over the road, and it was fine. Like, I didn't have a problem controlling it, and then I was sitting in traffic, and I thought, this car's going to want to get away from me. The power is just going to want to push, 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 and it never did that. It never really took off unless I told it to.
Yeah, it was as tractable as like a little Miata or an Accord or something. I mean, it was just so easy to handle, and that's what totally blew my mind. Is even though we're talking about how raw it was and how sort of urgent and impolite, it was still really easy to drive.
Right, it could definitely be a daily driver without any
It was wet that whole weekend, and that was my first autocross. I didn't even spin it. Obviously, I took one of the cones with me. But
One?
There you go, slalom.
Yeah, 2.
Dude,
actually.
you ran into like a whole
Yeah, we have on camera 3 cones stuck under the car. One was wedged so far up under the right front suspension it was stuck in the spring.
Yeah, that was the long-term guest. The other ones were just there for a couple of seconds.
Now, so I sort of blew it because my favorite car for both most money you can spend and fun was the Boss Mustang. But Emme, what was your vote for the most fun you had in a car this year?
Well, I mean, I think we just talked about it's the Boss.
Okay, so you're the Tesla and then the Boss.
Yeah, Tesla and the Boss.
Tesla is her price no object car. Most fun is Mustang. Now, what is your sort of real world, keeping the cost of ownership low, fuel economy?
I think for me it was the Kia Optima Turbo.
Okay.
Because I feel that Kia is just really knocking it out of the park with bang for your buck, with their warranties and all of the gadgets and stuff that you get in the interior with their nav systems and their backup cameras and
heated air conditioned seats.
Oh my God, I love those air cooled seats.
Rear butt coolers is pretty impressive in that segment for that money.
Yeah.
All right, so then to you, what was your favorite car in the economical practical car?
Well, I'm going to surprise nobody and say the Honda Civic Si. I own an 09 Si sedan, and I drove the the 2012 this year. I'd say overall, the new Si is a better car than the one that I own, although it's a little less fun because it just doesn't make the same kind of sound.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, so recapping our best cars for price no object, fun to drive, and practical and economical. Emme, what was your choice for price no object?
Tesla Roadster.
Ross, price no object.
BMW M3.
Mustang Boss 302, price no object. For most fun to drive, Emme, what was your choice?
Mustang Boss 302.
Boss 302.
Boss 302. Woo!
Woohoo! Look at that.
Awesome.
We got to try that.
And then, Emme, practical car, bang for your buck car, which would you go with?
Kia Optima Turbo SX.
Civic Si.
Kia Optima Turbo.
Wow. 2 to 1.
Roadfly.com, the internet's best resource for buyers, sellers, and owners like you.